Hello everybody, my name is Jeffrey Wilson and welcome to Second Shift. This is the first episode, so a little bit about it. I'm basically going to be doing car reviews, car modifications, how-to videos, stuff like that. And I'm actually kind of looking forward to sharing my experiences with you guys. Rare car sightings, common car sightings, cars that I think are just absolutely cool. So, yeah, first of all, we figured when I started this out, I was going to need a car. Now, I had my 1982 Oldsmobile Regency I had affectionately named Harley Quinn, but it didn't work out. There were problems that not even I could fix. I really couldn't do much better at all. So, I figured that I needed to find a new car. I had looked around and finally, Lubers hooked me up over in Cheney, Kansas, so I rode with a friend over to Cheney, and basically I saw this beautiful silver car just sitting in the front. I'm like, nah man, that couldn't be mine or whatever. But then I realized, as soon as he handed me the key, it looked like a plain old key, just, you know, and I was like, okay, where's this vehicle at? Leads me outside right to that silver car. And I was like, wow. But anyway, without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you all Juniper Rain, my new car.
That's right, I bought myself a base model 2010 Nissan Sentra. It has 140 horsepower and 147 pound-feet of torque, powered by Nissan's MR20 DE 2.0 engine. Now that may not be a lot of power to a lot of people, but it's got a huge trunk space, climate control, a CD player, a modern dash cluster, and a CVT transmission. It's also very economical, seats 4 people, and makes a wonderful daily driver.
Alright everybody, 2010 Nissan Sentra, base model. 4 doors, seats 4, large trunk space, economical, and power is meh. And what I mean by meh is that to a lot of younger people, the power might seem satisfactory, but I'm pretty sure to some of you older people, you'll realize that this really isn't that much of a powerful vehicle. This is more oriented toward a family car or your economical daily driver than anything else. This is the base model, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people usually don't review. A lot of people would probably usually review a 6-speed 2.5 spec V. While I realize that a lot of people may be doing that, and this one might seem a little bit boring. This is supposed to be, I guess, geared about speed and bettering your car and stuff like that. The way I believe we've all got to start about somewhere, and this is going to be my journey to get bigger, better, faster cars, modifications, stuff like that. So I guess this will seem like more of a down-to-earth series than anything. Anyway, without further ado, let's review the car, shall we? Alright, we've got loads of storage space. We've got one in each door, which I'm not sure if the back one has any. The back, I'm pretty sure they do. I know at least the front ones do, so that's 2. We've got one on the left side, one in the middle, that's 4. We've got essentially what I would consider 2 in the glove box. That is 5 and 6. And then you've got the center console over here, which makes 7. 7 spots, excluding the trunk, to all basically within, most of them, within the arm's reach of the driver. If you're parked, all of them except for one arm. CVT is good. It's a wonderful fuel saver, especially on the corners. You don't have to decrease your speed. Really decrease your speed at all. Makes handling things a lot easier, like your corners and stuff like that. So you can take your corners at least a little bit faster for those of you who are interested in taking your corners fast like me. It won't drop down into a lower gear to take that corner. Basically, what might happen is the worst is that your revolutions will drop down a little bit. Strange feeling though, if you're actually gunning for top speed, which I've probably done a time, which I've actually done a time or two. A friend of mine had one. is that you'll be used to, just shifting gears or whatever. This will just go straight up. And then as your speed increases, the CVT, which is a self-contained system, continuously variable transmission, will then adjust its ratios accordingly. And so it'll be like you're stuck in first gear, only you'll be going much faster than first gear. And usually it'll top out it'll usually hold itself at 6 while seeing your speedometer increase, which for those of you who aren't used to seeing that, it's a little crazy at first. So we can put a turn here. Handling is good. Grip on the steering wheel. Grip for the steering wheel is good. I like the grip for the steering wheel. Perfect for the way I hold it, and basically it's been designed so any way you hold it is comfortable. You can hold it at 10 and 2. I usually hold mine for some reason at 3 and 9. There's also those other people that will hold it at 4 and 7, 5 and 7, something like that. And then there's those people that'll just naturally hold it at the 6 o'clock, which really doesn't do much for because you got that support down there. But yep, you've got your turn signals. Turn signals are in a comfortable place. Everything is within an arm's reach or hand's reach of your steering wheel, which is a wonderful thing. You got your turn signals over on your left side with your lights. You can easily adjust those with your fingertips. Over on your right, you've got your windshield wipers. You're basically adjusting how much time it takes for the windshield wipers to move, spraying the windshield wiper fluid. And on the steering wheel, this kind of spoils me a little bit. I've actually never had a vehicle like this before. So it's got your cruise control, which was standard on almost every vehicle I've had. However, they've usually been on the stock. They haven't been on the steering wheel itself. And also, it's got your radio, which is basically conveniently placed your radio mode, which goes from between AM, FM, and iPod, as well as auxiliary. It's got your power button, volume, and if you've got iPod, you've got a little handy switch here that's meant for your iPod, and also the radio that you can go ahead and just adjust stations or whatever while you're just driving down the road. Now, a lot of people will have, if you have an older iPod, in terms of this, the iPod will do fine. However, since Apple has done their update, I have the iPod 5, the 5th generation iPod. And with the 5th generation iPod, it's not the fault of the car. However, with the Sentra, due to the fact that your software update has occurred on your iPod, they have decided that basically your iPod will not work with the car. I'm still probably looking for a workaround to that so I can actually integrate it with my car. So if you guys know how to actually do that, that'd be nice. I'm trying to avoid jailbreaking though. So if you guys can actually find a workaround for that, go ahead and leave it response below. It comes, you have to buy the cable separately, which is kind of a bummer. However, with this, when you buy that cable, you can actually, you don't even have to worry about everything. You don't even have to worry about fiddling around with your iPod because you can just flip through your tracks or whatever. Granted, with your iPod menu and stuff like that, you'll still have to probably just reach over and just, I'd recommend pulling over to the side of the road, finding the artist that you want, and then selecting it from there, and then basically going from there. This is probably meant for the more minor adjustments, like I don't like this track, I'm going to press it up and I'm going to change the track, I'm going to press it down and I'm going to switch back to that track because, maybe I like that track more. Volume control. Headlights are bright, which is a good and a bad thing. I'm not sure if it's exactly the way my headlights are aligned, but when I've been driving with my dims over on the highway, I've got people that will be flashing their brights at me, which is usually a sign to turn off your brights, but the thing is my brights aren't on. So I might have to have that looked at a later point. I'll probably have it looked at when I upgrade that part of the car. Cornering is absolutely wonderful. Visibility, wonderful. I really haven't found many blind spots in this car. The only one that I think would actually be considering is near that back window. The rear windows for the car. But then again, if you're just driving along, you really just look back there, boom, there it is. Absolutely wonderful. Visibility is great in this car. No hard to see blind spots. Only blind spots would probably be in your mirrors. Small compact car, I was actually pleased with how small this car actually is. With this car, with my Regency, I should start off with, it was kind of hard finding a parking spot because usually my Regency would be sticking out. I gotta move it up a little bit closer, stuff like that. With this car, it's quite a bit shorter. So with this car, I have plenty of room on each side. If I don't completely make it up, it's no big deal because the car is pretty much already sitting square in there anyway. Such a small car, but such a wonderful car too. You'd think that it'd be small sitting in and be uncomfortable, but actually when you get in there, it's kind of like the situation with a Prius, if you've ever sat in a Prius. You sit in there, you think it's going to be all cramped and everything, and you find out the Prius actually isn't that cramped. The same thing goes with the Sentra. You think it's going to be all cramped at first and you're not going to fit and it's going to be uncomfortable, but then you sit in it and then you begin to realize exactly how good of a job they did with the design of this car. So much room. I was actually pleasantly surprised. Seats, well, for the 2.0 Sentra, which is the base, they're manual. Power windows, power doors, car alarm. So, yep, modern dash cluster, vents, AC works great, hazard lights work fine. Just do your regular maintenance on this car and it's not going to fail you. Wonderfully reliable car. And this is essentially going to be my project car for a while. I'm going to try to probably work on a project car later on. Maybe actually get one of my other cars up and running. But everything's within arm's reach. I'm very happy with this car. So I hope you guys found this helpful. I look forward to seeing you guys soon, and hopefully I'll have another episode up. Video editing's been taking a while, so it might take a while between each one until I can get the whole hang of video editing efficiently while quickly. I haven't really done it too much, but yeah. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed my review of the Nissan Sentra. I hope to start the modification soon, making it look like a Sentra that I would envision. I'm never satisfied with stock, never satisfied with just standard lighting and stuff like that. I want to make it my own. So I hope you guys will enjoy my journey, and I know I will, for sure. And thank you. You guys are wonderful, and I look forward to seeing all of you soon.